Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final installment of Season 1 of the Tartiflette Games. Today, Mitch and I are proud to bring you Ski Slopestyle. 26 riders took to the mountain and absolutely shredded the crap out of the X Games park, but only 10 riders remain today. They will be competing for their spot on the podium as well as a TFG lift ticket, which will give them access to our Invitational next January.
The qualifiers were jam-packed with some quality runs, so if you missed that event last week, go check out the video after watching the finals. But right now, let's take a look at the slopestyle course that they'll be riding on today. Taking place at the X Games course in Alaska, our riders will be hitting 6 features. 3 of them are combinations of rails and jumps, and then the final 3 are big air kickers. Each feature is scored out of 10 points, and then overall 40-point flow impression score to bring the total to 100.
And before we start today's event, let's take a quick look at who is going to be competing today. We have 10 riders from 9 different countries, unprecedented in a TFG final. We also have some newcomers to TFG, some new to the finals, and a couple returning vets. It's going to be a tough battle to top the podium today, but the riders are itching to go. Their helmets are secured, their goggles are strapped in. Hey, let's start the show. All right, first of the day, up first is Lucas from the UK, sporting those gorgeous Armada skis that we featured in the Steepcast this week.
Getting some spins on the first feature, coming into the second, going to the lower rail, and then an upper rail tap before going with a 90 out.
Oh, just look at the beautiful precision on that second feature, getting that upper rail right before he comes out.
And now he went with a backflip bow and arrow, 270 transfer, hits that last rail, switching it up at the last second with a 180. Coming up to the first kicker, he's going switch to a butter 900 tail grab. The second one looks like he's going for a 900 mute. 1 feature to go, he's going big, and he lands the triple rodeo 1440 bow and arrow grab.
Holy crap, what a way to wrap this run up. Let's take another quick look at the run as we get the scores in here. Looks like Lucas is going to end the day with an 83.2, and that second feature was his bread and butter.
Man, I love those bow and arrow grabs, especially the backflip in that second feature, and now it's time to move on.
Up next, we have the only man to feature metal music in a steep edit. It's TheMort.
Love starting off with a back E and then a 270 out. In the second feature, cork 7 safety onto the rail, a wall tap, and then a 180 revert out. What?
Yeah, what?
And now he's throwing in a switch Lincoln, hopping onto the rail section, just cruising, hitting all 3, a 720 transfer rodeo, and then a safety grab out. And he's coming up to the big air section on the first jump, getting a double rodeo 1080 with a blunt grab. The second jump, he's going triple cork 1440 octo grab, and the final one, he again goes with a triple cork 1440, but a blunt to a blunt grab.
Dude, send it, it's TheMort. Yes, more of that, sir. Looking at the scores, 85.9. Holy crap. ItsTheMort is going to take over first place. And again, second ride of the day, that second feature is the one.
Well, that wall tap is just so sexy. Pulling that off in a slopestyle competition is incredible. And with that epic run, ItsTheMort is going to take over first place.
Well, all eyes are on the newcomer to TFG, looking to bring home a gold medal for his home country of France. It's Feriing.
Man, he went big with a 630 mute and then a 450 out on the first feature, and then going rodeo 6 onto a bonk yet again and a Pretz 360 out. People are getting wildly creative. Now the third feature goes switch 360 to a blunt, to a 180, to a 360, to a 360. To a 450 safety out. How many spins can you fit?
Excuse me.
Coming up on the fourth big air goes single cork 1260 with a safety and of course tweaking it. The second jump, a switch single cork 900 with the bow and arrow grab. and the final one, sending it huge with a triple cork 16 blunt grab.
Well, trip corks definitely seem to be the way to close off these runs. Another incredible bonk on that top rail in the second feature. Feriing is going to walk away at 83.2 overall.
And that's going to put him into second place.
A veteran of Tartiflette Games, it's Steepest Legend.
He's coming up to the first feature with the butter, rodeo 720, and then a backflip mute out, just squeezing that flip in. Second feature, jumping up with the Japan to a 360, rodeo 720, and then a safety 450 out.
Wow.
He is cooking down this course, and now a front flip safety onto a rail. 270 to the next one, to a 360, to a 180, to a 360, back and forth to a 720 out. He's going crazy up in here. On the first big kicker, he's going a little bit slower with a cork 720 with a safety grab. The second jump, cork safety 540 with an octo to a nose grab. And the final jump, a dub cork 1080 tail to octo to safety.
Nothing but style from the Swede, coming out with 80.1 overall.
After all of those flips, all of those grabs, those quick transitions between his rail sections, he is going to sit in fourth place on the scoreboard.
Man, if we were scoring creativity, I might have to give him a little better than fourth here. I especially loved what he did on this little pigtail rail right here with his skis. Oh, we missed it in the replay, but nothing but style. Well done, Steepest Legend. And here we go, another veteran rider, Pollo Loco, looking to make his mark at the X Games Park.
He comes in with a butter to a Lincoln mute grab, a 270 out of the first feature right onto the second, buttering on the edge to a 360, transfers up for the tap, back down, and then a 360 out.
Yeah, pulling some speed away before this third feature.
Then he moves on to the next section, a little stumble with the 270 on, a Pretz 180 transfer, now hopping back and forth, not even going to name those, just 3 transfers in a row. And then a 450 with a grab out, moving on to the first big air kicker. He's going with a dub 900 with the Japan grab hidden in there. The second one, a single cork 900 with a mute to a blunt grab, and the final going for a triple rodeo 1260 with the Japan grab.
Now, it wouldn't be a Nick and Mitch show without me pointing out the fact that this outfit is some mexy. Oh, I love it. 80.3 to cap the day off for Pollo Loco.
He put some work in on those features, with the feature number 2 getting the highest score in 8.8, and he's going to take away that fourth place from the Steepest Legend.
Der Mann aus Deutschland ist unser Freund, Steep Clips Germany.
He's kicking it off with a butter 540 on, a 180 tap right at the end of the rail. Second feature, a massive switch ollie up, another 180 tap, switch 270, and a tap yet again onto the rail. He is loving those rail taps. Right along to the third feature with a rodeo flip on, 180 to the next rail, a tap yet again, and a 450 safety onto the rail. He's cruising through this course, coming up to the big air section, kicking that off with a dub cork 1080 with a nose grab, following that one up with a triple cork 16 with a blunt, and finally in the last feature, a switch dub rodeo 1260 with a mute grab.
Riding with friends, one of them almost taking him out after that final kicker. Absolutely loved how he utilized that little whoop in the third feature.
He had some good scores throughout that entire thing. Feature number 6, that final jump, the switch dub rodeo 1260, netting him an 8.4, and he is going to be another person taking over that fourth position.
All right, up next, oh geez, oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. It's time for Just Steep It.
Well, he's already won 2 of our events, so let's see if he can get that triple crown, starting with the 270 on and off with a tap, into the second feature with another 270 on and off, then a butter 90 on off, and going over to the other side just for a little rail tap at the end. Coming into the third feature, going far left before transferring over to the right, coming up to the little half pipe lip and a Lincoln safety with a 270 off, just hitting every rail he can. Now we're moving on to the big air, starting with a butter to a dub rodeo 900 mute to a safety grab, switching those hands, then hits a single cork 1080 with an octo grab, and finally, he's known for it, the cork 360 safety with a tweak.
Of course, pulling out the signature on that final kicker. Loved the love that the cannon rail got on that final feature right before the kickers. And he's walking away with an 85.8 overall.
Well, he had a lot of action at the top with going on and off all of the rails. A nice little rail tap, and then, of course, ending it with his signature, the Cork 3 Shinobi. That's also going to get him up into a silver medal position with only 3 riders to go.
Buler. Oh, there he is. All right, let's go.
Starting off with a 180 to butter 360 and then a Pretz 180 out. The second feature, a nice backflip onto the rail, 360 and then a rodeo over to the left before getting a 180 tap, just catching that rail. Third, he's going with the cleanest of backies before 540 off. Going off course a little bit, getting creative, but he's gonna hop back on, go with another backflip, and then squeeze in a 540 just under that cannon rail.
I was gonna say, he almost clipped his helmet on that one.
Now he pulls off a butter with a triple cork 1440 Brebis grab, maybe the first we've seen so far, and then goes into a bio 900 with a mute and finishes off strong with a dub cork 1080 Japan.
Boy, I'll tell you, I think Buler had the best conservation of his time, stopping at the specific points he needed to make sure that his run was exactly what it needed to be. Buler's going to walk away with 79.9.
It looks like the judges didn't fully appreciate him going off course, but he did it fairly clean, and I loved the backflips that we saw, so he is going to be in 8th place.
Only 2 riders left on the day. Up now, it's the man from England, NV.
He's going to come into the first feature with a wall bunk. Whoa! A rodeo 450 out. What was he doing? That's crazy. Then a switch 360 to the upper level, 270 down, a rail hit, and then a 90 with the switch front flip. Ow!
This is insane.
Whew. He's not slowing down either with the butter into a Lincoln safety. Now he's coming up with a rodeo 450 and then a 270 out. Let's see what he can do in the big air because he was impressing on the features. He's going with a switch cork 720 with a blunt to an octo grab. The second one, he goes with a switch rodeo 900 with the blunt grab. And finally, lands a clean dub rodeo Japan.
You can never say no to a clean rodeo. Man, oh man. Envy pulling out all the stops. Feature number 2, 90. Feature number 1, 9.8. Finishing with 88.6 overall. Holy, what a run.
They absolutely loved that wall bonk kicking it off at the start. So he is going to be our new leader with just 1 rider left to go.
Closing today's events, it is Space Clump from Norway.
He's starting off at the first feature with a nose butter and then a switch backy to 370 to tap with the pretzel out. Then a clean link in Japan to the rail with a 270 blunt out. And he's moving up to the edge of the third feature, going switch cork 5 with a bow and arrow, and then hit, whoa, he just hit the rail.
Hold on, I think.
Oh my
God, he did it again.
He just did 2 opposite rail punks. I can't even talk about this feature. I need to go back and see that at the end of this. Now he's coming in a bit crooked, going to the...
What just happened?
Space.
Dude!
Come on.
Space! You killed them! They're already dead! Dude, jeez, calm down. Holy crap, what a run. We have to take a look at this again. Coming in huge! Feature number 5, a perfect 10, the only one of the day.
I cannot believe what I just saw in one take. 2 rail bonks. Here we're gonna take another look at them. Rail bonk 1, flipping to the right. Rail bonk 2, flipping to the left. Super clean on the rails, dude.
How on earth does he do this? He has to be playing this a different way than everybody else. Is this an illegal controller? I don't understand.
Yeah, I never said they had to stay on the course. I didn't think I'd have to say they stay on the course, because look at this, a Rodeo 5 mute hitting the cam tower onto the fence and then 180 reverting out. Wow.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1 of the Tartiflette Games is in the can. Congratulations to our winner today, Space Clump 360, along with second place Envy and third place ItsTheMort. Seriously, all 26 riders, thank you so much for submitting. There were some killer runs throughout the entire pack.
Coming up next for TFG, the Invitational, coming to you in January. Our top riders, plus a special guest or two, will be competing for the ultimate TFG Championship in Knuckle Huck, Big Air, and Real Steep. We have quite a few surprises planned for it too, so stay tuned for the latest and get ready for the biggest event Steep has ever seen in January. Follow us on Twitter at Nick or Mitch, on Instagram at Nick and Mitch YT. Join our Discord channel to meet some new friends and talk all about Steep and Riders Republic. And of course, subscribe to our channel for all the latest and greatest competitions and news.
You guys know how it works. Your community involvement guarantees more Tartiflette Games events, along with Steepcast, our Steep news show that releases a new episode every Wednesday. Just a short note, we will be transitioning Steepcast into the Riders Report the closer we get to Ubisoft releasing Riders Republic on February 25th. We'll see you guys on Wednesday for our recap of this event. As always, I'm Nick.
And I'm Mitch.
And we'll see yins on the slopes.